Hello and welcome to another Fix-It guide from toy-polloi. In today's video we're going to take a look at cleaning figures. Now this is something I get asked a lot, so I thought I would do a quick video on it. It's pretty easy to do, but a lot of people ask me, so time for a video. In front of me here you can see three figures that I picked up at a recent flea market, and as you can see they are filthy. If we take a look at this Luke Stormtrooper, you can see he's absolutely caked in dirt and just pretty grubby all over. The figure itself actually looks in pretty reasonable condition. He has a tiny mark on his nose, but otherwise it's just filthy. The A-Wing pilot, it's harder to see the dirt, but he is really grimy and dusty. Again, nice looking figure apart from the levels of dirt on him. And again, another Stormtrooper we have here. This again actually looks like a pretty reasonable figure if you can see under the dirt. Again, he's absolutely filthy. So the first thing we're going to do for cleaning these is just give them a wash. So what I'll do is I'll put them in nice hot soapy water, just using some hand soap that I have around the sink. And let them soak for a short while, 5 to 10 minutes. This allows the water and soap to sort of soak into any dirt and grime that's sort of really stuck in on these figures, especially in some of the hard to get places, because a lot of these figures have small details. And once it's sort of soaked in enough, I then use an old soft toothbrush to gently brush and sort of work into the harder to get areas and dig out the dirt using the bristles. And this, it takes a little while on some of the figures because they're quite fiddly and they've got lots of fine details, but persevere with it and that should get out most of the dirt. And then once that's done, you can see what's left to do on the figures. Once you're done with washing and cleaning the figures, make sure to dry them thoroughly. I tend to let my figures drip dry on a rack for a short while and then dry them off with a cloth. If they've got any metal bits in them, if you're doing sort of Mego figures, Transformers, Masters of the Universe, sort of He-Man figures, make sure to dry them extra specially hard, because you don't want the metal rusting, and the screws and springs and stuff in those figures tends to rust quite badly. And if you're doing Masters of the Universe figures, it's sometimes better not to dunk them completely in the water and rather just wash the surface of them so you don't get water inside those figures. So here we have the figures back from washing, and as you can see they look really nice. The Luke Stormtrooper is in a really good condition considering how filthy he looked when I first picked him up. It's actually a very nice figure, just with a few minor bits of paint loss on his hands and the top of his leg there, which I can fix later on. The mark on his nose was sort of ground in dirt, so using the toothbrush and gently washing that, was able to get that out, so there's now no longer a mark on his nose. It just is back to being pink. The A-Wing pilot here was really sort of dusty dirty, so actually again this almost looks as good as new. He doesn't have any marks on his hands, only a very minor paint rub on his nose and a few little rubs on his boots, so considering how filthy that looks, again very nice figure. And the final figure I have here is the Stormtrooper. This looked like a really dodgy, sort of really dirty thing. I actually paid £3 for it, but actually once you've cleaned it up you can see it's actually a much nicer figure, and the person selling it, if they'd only spent a little bit of time cleaning these figures, could have got a lot more money for them. So it all shows you that even the filthiest of figures, just a simple bit of cleaning on it and it gets all of the marks off. I've done other videos showing how to remove sort of paint rubs and dings on the figures. If you watch those, you'll be able to see how to get rid of those. I'm not going to go over that now. This is purely for simple cleaning. So hope that's been of interest for you. Not the most amazing of videos because it's actually quite a simple thing to do, but it does make a big difference to your figures. And thanks for watching.